start to see that affect the defense.
They look to throw it here on second down. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack.
That's another sack. If I'm not mistaken, they've had a lot of pressures. I think that's their second sack of this game, and this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
The sure hands. It's Finley. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. Will that holding penalty be a drive killer? Offense breaks the huddle and gets set. It's third down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And a can't escape. Defense with a sack.
You get behind the chains, Chris. As people like to say, this is an obvious passing situation. It's really hard to vary things up and confuse the defense. This time, the defensive line just came right in, expecting the pass, and blew up the play.
The Minnesota offense takes the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game. Linking right down the field for a touchdown. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he's brought down, but hold on, there's a flag on the play.
Hold it.
Offense moving backwards after that holding penalty. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. The junior able to bring him down quickly. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. To throw, it's Barber. And here comes a deep shot. The pass falls incomplete. They took a downfield shot in the final play of the opening quarter. And it's Minnesota in front here. We've reached the end of run in this quest to move one step closer to a national championship. Let's check out the stats so far. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. First play of the quarter is a crucial one. Offense trying to convert this third down. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Incomplete. It's hit as he threw the football there on third down. The Golden Gophers will line up to kick it away. And he comes for his second punt of the game. And it's fair caught right about the 45-yard line. Here comes the Mountain Tide offense onto the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away, and they get points out of this possession. The shotgun handoff here. Tackle made after just a short gain. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. They'll test the right side here. Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a first down. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. This guy's man open downfield. They bring him down, but an explosive play by...
There's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, third down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time, Nice throw, and it's a first down.
And he's shoved out of bounds, but the defense is short of the first down marker. Offense getting set. Second down play here.
Well, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
The tied offense line up here on first and goal. Defensive backs up at the line, showing press. First and goal, they'll try to run it in. Couldn't quite get there, but brought down at the 1-yard line. Let's see if the offense can punch it in. And second and goal. Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. And it's incomplete, targeting a man right near the goal line.
Really good job here by the defense. And coverage did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
And the defense smothers him for no gain.
They gotta be thinking about a touchdown here. I know it's fourth down, but because of the hole that they've dug themselves here in this first half, you gotta consider taking a chance here and putting a touchdown up on the board. I think it's worth it.
The kick is good. He knocked it right down the middle.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team brings him down at the 26. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt in the last possession. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29. Makes it second and medium. To the air, it's Barber. Makes a quick catch. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
The gain is good enough for a first down near the 38.
I love this unconventional call by the offensive coordinator. Third and medium, a lot of times you're thinking about throwing the football, but instead they're able to run the ball with great execution, and they pick up the first down.
It's a shotgun run call. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
When you can get good chunks of yardage like this on early downs, it just keeps you on schedule, leading to more manageable third down situations. Never underestimate the value of consistently getting 4 more yards a pop like that.
He's tackled at the 48-yard line.
Critical third down play for this offense right here. Can he make it to the marker? Brought down at the 46, good enough for a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And that's a solid gain for the defense able to bring him down.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Offense switches it up here, looking to throw the ball now. Let's it fly to the wideout. Oh, it's incomplete. That's a good job of the defender to break that up.
Just a great play on the ball by the defensive back, getting a hand on it and tipping it up into the air. Boy, anytime you see a tip go up, often that defense is thinking, interception. This one falls to the ground. The next tip ball could be going the other way.
And the Golden Gopher starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And he'll lost it to the end zone. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game that he could not collect it.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
But a quick stop by the defense. Gain just 2, so it's 3rd and 8.
At the 33-yard
We've
line.
reached the 2-minute warning here. Let's see if this offense can build on this big lead before halftime. Defensive fans getting frustrated. Offense continues to march. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Defense is coming after him. The pass is off target. He hit as he flew as the 3rd down pressure works. So now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit. And he's made it from 50 yards out, showing off the deep range. So after the field goal, they're out there again to boot it away.
Boy, this guy has such a strong leg. No problem. Up into the net from 50 plus.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Time is running out before halftime. Going to cut into this now 2-possession lead. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Caught on the outside. It's Finley. Finally out of bounds after a solid game. But there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out.
What I always love to see on these offsides call is when they're always pointing at each other. Well, you know, he did it. I didn't do it. Put it on him. We know this time it's on the defense. They're going to make the right call.
Grab down the middle. It's Hale. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the 1st down. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. They're not going to get him. Touchdown. Tie.
Love to watch this quarterback go out and execute in this kind of situation. He's doing a great job of ignoring the scoreboard and feeling a sense of pressure to have to play with more urgency. Right now, he's executing. We're in the 2nd quarter. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And he knocks through the PAT. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And the return starts just inside the end zone. He tackled at the 17. Strong job on the coverage team. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. They were fortunate to get points on the last possession because of a long-range field goal. We'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The game moves the ball to the 20-yard line.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
It's a nice wrap-up there by the junior.
He's tackled at the 22-yard line.
3rd down after that running play. Scanning the field, it's Barber. Catch made on the left side. Not much after the catch, but it was good enough for a 1st down. He'll hand it off. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7. The offense will take their 1st time out of the half to talk strategy here.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Now it's 2nd down here. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. That one moves the ball across the 40. Offense facing a 3rd and short from the 41, and they make the 1st down and avoid a tricky 4th down decision. Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime.
I don't know if there's much more he could have done in that play. Sometimes it's not necessarily a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. It's the defense just does a nice job at the line of scrimmage, and they make a play.
A running play called on 4th down. He has 1st down yardage at the 46. The running play gives the offense fresh set of downs. And the single back takes the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. The offense will quickly spend the timeout here after the play. Second down, we're going to throw it. scrambling around now, looking downfield. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
When he hit it just as he releases the ball, it's incomplete. The Golden Gophers will have to punt this one away. Oh, it landed at the 7 and bounced into the end zone for a touchback. So it's first down, but then just kneel down before halftime here. Looks like the offense content to run the clock out here and go to halftime. Talk about the second half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Chris, we wonder all week what this matchup would look like. So much at stake in this win-or-go-home game, and we've been treated to a fabulous first 2 quarters of playoff football. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most.
And the Golden Gophers will kick this away to get the second half going. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Receiver makes the catch. That'll pick up a first down. They'll spot it at the 38. Alabama comes up to the line quickly.
You know, Chris, you think about it, efficiency has always kind of been the description of a great Alabama quarterback. Man, think about the playmakers that they've had over the last few years at this position. Jalen, Tua, Bryce Young recently. Just a different level of quarterback play and really gives this offense edge to it.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. The catch is made for a huge pickup. And a huge gain. They finally bring him down at the 11. Here comes a first down pass attempt. And the pass is incomplete just across the goal line. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's got it near the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. When he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
19, Alabama, 17.
Fields it just outside the goal line. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 24. Good coverage. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. They're looking to build on the lead. They had to punt the football in the last possession. Handoff from the shotgun. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Looking to pass. It's Barber. Finds his target, and it's complete. Tackled at the 35, good enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Handoff here from the shotgun. And the broken tackle there produces a solid gain.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and it's a nice solid game.
The back's got it. The Golden Gophers pick up enough for a first down here.
Golden Gophers.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
First down, looking to throw the ball. They get the completion. They bring him down, but the game moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. And the Golden Gophers lining up here on 1st and 10. They'll run it here. The tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
They're going to run it. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Now this is the 8th play on this drive. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Pass caught. Making people miss. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a 1st and goal.
Factor in this game, already a couple touchdowns. Now they need the first down. They dial him up again, and he delivers.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. And 2nd down and goal now for this offense. And they're trying to punch it in here. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. That kind of execution on a long drive, that's why this team made it in college football playoff.
That's exactly right. Being able to mix in the run with the pass, picking up first downs, and eventually coming up with the touchdown. That is a tough thing to do. They made it look easy.
Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. And the defense wraps him up.
Well, the defense wasn't able to keep these guys out of the end zone for that touchdown, but a good job of bouncing back with a short memory and making that stop and keeping that 2-point conversion out.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. So no return here. He takes it in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They were able to punch it in the end zone last time, looking to do the same thing here to see if the defense can make adjustments. Brought down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
First, the defense dials up the blitz. They're unable to get into the backfield, giving the running back enough room. I tell you, the linebacker makes a great play just to come up with a tackle here.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete. You get him down at the 41, but that's good enough for a first down.
Well, the defense didn't have any time at all to get pressure on the quarterback. He gets the ball out of his hands pretty quickly on the hitch to the receiver.
Looking for a gap. It's Young. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Looking to pass here on 2nd down. And the pass is hauled in over the middle. A huge hit by the linebacker. A collision of big bodies there.
Well, I thought we'd see this tight end all game long within this game plan, but that's just his 2nd catch of the game. The defense has done a nice job of being able to recognize where he is and take him out of this plan.
Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. And then 1st down, they go right back to him. They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 3rd and 7. 1st and 10 play coming up.
Nothing better than an offense on 1st down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of it.
2nd down after that previous play. The motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Looking for his big tight end. It's caught downfield. Tackle made after a big gain. Alabama comes up with the line quickly. trying to run it. It's Young. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
To be honest with you, I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go
All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor. So with playoff pressure, Kirk, the offense executes a long, winding, methodical drive.
You know, the thing I've loved about this offense all year long is their ability to either hit the big play or not have to rely on that. Like this. They're able to sustain a drive and still come up with points and get a touchdown.
They'll try to run this one in. And tackled there by the defense.
A great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice heads-up play to prevent the two-point try.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Return begins inside the 10. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Minnesota offense takes the field. Can they keep it going? Makes the run pass beautifully in the last touchdown drive. One man at the backfield, and he'll get the football.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Back to pass. It's Barber. Catch hauled in here over the middle. They've got him, but not before making first down yards. They move the ball to 41. Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Catch made, but the defense gobbles him up for just a short gain. And it's Minnesota in front here, sitting in a pretty good spot as you wrap up the third quarter, trying to keep those national championship hopes alive. Let's take a quick look at the game stats where we have a chance. As we head to the fourth, we could be in store for a classic finish. The spot in the next round of the college football playoff is at stake. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Inside give now from the shotgun. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Well, with the lead here, this is where you want to just take your time. The defense, as we know, they are looking to do anything they can to create an aggressive play to try to create a turnover. So you got to work that clock, but also protect the football. I'm sure the coach right now is preaching to all his guys and reminding them about ball security at this point in the game.
The Golden Gophers line up on 1st and 10 now.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route.
Looking to make a big play downfield. Good shot, caught out of the 15. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
That is great arm strength. This quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
And the Golden Gophers are in the red zone. Looking to throw it from the red zone. Near the goal line. Bring him down short of the goal line, but it's first and goal from the 2. For the offense, a chance to extend the lead, but more importantly, milk the clock here late in the game. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display. That's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
And now they'll go for a 2-point conversion. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. And he finds his way into the end zone. That moves the lead up to 10. kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Now he comes out to the 25. No return attempted there.